Boys are going to Dynamite. Frank's not here tonight.
He's already going? Damn it. It's early. He's already on his way?
Johnny's sitting in for him.
Hi, guys.
Johnny Gargano is back.
Yes, he is.
Welcome to the Wrestling Council. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I'm your host, Comic Book Bob, joined by my other good friend, Johnny Cage.
Hello.
You catch us here every Tuesday. Let me pull the mic up to my friggin' mouth so I can actually hear me. Every Tuesday, Eastern Standard Time, bringing all the news in wrestling. And boy, there was a lot of it this week, man. Shoo, some big returns. Some more setup for I keep saying Forbidden Door. More setup
All Out.
For All Out. Some setup for Clash at the Castle. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan. Real quick, let's check in, see what we got here. We got Fantasia was here. She said, "Hey guys, hey, what's up, Fantasia? Appreciate you being here." Courtney said, "Hey, Courtney's here. What's up?" Leg Kick says, "Hail the Wrestling Council. What's up, Leg Kick? Thanks for hanging out, bud. Appreciate it." And yeah, it's gonna be some interesting stuff to talk about. But real quick, I'm just gonna hang out here for a minute. Let everybody start rolling in here slowly but surely. Let me mute that shit so it doesn't sound so bad. Today's a weird day, man. It's like one of those lazy days. But
you happen, man. Every now and then you need one.
But anyway, how was your day, man?
Just coloring something for like the past 2 days, and I do something and I change it and I do it and I change it, and I'm just gonna leave it be for a while and come back to it fresh because it's that driving me crazy.
Cool. But see here, and I'm waiting for everybody else to come in. Anyway, before we get started, we got our favorite segment, a little something we like to call the good, the bad, and the ugly. We talk about what we thought was good, bad, and ugly for this week. I think I was supposed to go last week, but Johnny was like, "I'm the guest, I should go."
Yes,
blah blah blah.
pretty much. That's what happened.
It's my turn, Bob. We're used to the 30-minute wait.
Woo!
Now I'm here. I'm late. I blame Hollywood. Yes, everybody blame Hollywood for everything that goes bad tonight because he's not here, and I'm having to. Well, I'm not flying solo, but I'm flying. I'm flying half-assed. What am I kidding?
Yeah,
we half-assed around here.
Yeah, I'm more of a hinder than a help. So
yeah, but I'm going first this week. My good, my bad, my bad. So the good, the return of Kenny by God Omega and Johnny Wrestling. Johnny Gargano is back in WWE. It's pretty much exactly what we expected. I love the storyline, the storytelling they're doing with Omega. He's coming out and he's not quite ready. He's not quite there yet. He had a couple of moves where he just couldn't pull them off, man. And he's wearing the compression shirt. He's got the shoulder strap. This is all, from what I understand, this is all storytelling, guys. He's ready to go. He's got it. He may have a little bit of ring rust. He's ready to go. And what he's going to do is next week, I guarantee you, he'll be the shoulder strap will be gone. And then in the week after that, the compression shirt will be gone. And we're going to slowly get Kenny back. So that was awesome. You're going to be surprised by my bad. My bad is some fallout from the finale of the G1. Because a lot of people are not happy that Kazuchika Okada won.
I was.
Let me preface this. The match was awesome. I mean, it's Okada versus Ospreay. Come on. I mean, it can't possibly be bad. These guys could come out drunk and it would probably be a 4-star match. So the match was awesome, but a lot of people were not happy. They wanted Ospreay to win, and I'm not gonna lie, I was one of them. Like I love Kazuchika Okada, man. I think he's one of the 5 best wrestlers in the world. But I just feel like it's you need to take advantage of Ospreay being so freaking over right now. The guy's everywhere. He's a freaking workhorse, and every match he puts on is a freaking 4 or 5 star match. So a lot of people were upset, and there was a lot of very vocal fallout from the finale of the G1. But I love the thing is the storyline between Okada
That's
and
what I was.
Ospreay is
Yeah, go ahead.
this is something that's just it's a continuation. This is just the latest phase in this saga. So, what were you gonna say?
Talking about storylines, I understand that it might feel like Osprey's time, but for the way that this stories that they had going, they had to be the Tama Tonga against Jay White on the Wrestle Kingdom or Okada. Like it made more sense in a story sense.
No, and again, this is the way they do storylines in New Japan, dude. These things are they are here for the long haul. So we'll get something with Okada and Ospreay. If not night 1 of Wrestle Kingdom, we'll get with something with them night 2. And a continuation of just this storyline between the two of them, man. It's like the storyline we had between Okada and Tanahashi. That thing stretched over a decade, man, of Okada just not quite being able to take out the ace. And then eventually they kind of reversed it. It was Okada who was the guy on top now. So this is what they're leaning towards. Like, and Ospreay, they're so good. They're 2 of the best in the world, man.
And they have to kind of close the book on this chapter of Jay and Okada before they move to something else too.
Yeah. So, but it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here. But I liked it. I like it. I personally wanted Ospreay to win, but I get why they didn't do it. So,
did you watch the backstage interviews after the matches?
Yes.
Oh man, that was so cool with David Finlay and Ospreay. That was so cool.
Oh yeah, dude. New Japan's got some great talent, man. You do not sleep on those guys. That's why I can't wait for tomorrow, dude. Me and Frank are going to Dynamite. We're getting Aussie Open versus Death Triangle, which is going to be the shit. And then we're also getting Moxley versus Punk. And that's like,
oh yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Because, I'm like, dude, like it was already going to be a fun show, and then I'm like, oh my freaking god. So, Fantasia said, I'm doing great. Hi, Courtney. So very cool. But all right, and then that's my bad. My ugly. Man, the injury bug is biting this women's tag team tournament, man. This week was the 3rd substitution that they had to do. It's so bad that they had to take the losers, the people who already lost, the teams that already lost, had to go in for a match to determine who was going to take the place of what was it, Gigi Allen and what's her name?
I forget. It's the toxic attraction, right? I forgot the name of the other one.
Yeah, well, it was what was her name? Nikita Lyons, and their team got knocked out because of supposedly injury bug.
No, this is those belts trying to tell that they belong to Sasha and Naomi, and no one else is gonna take it.
I'm telling you, man. But the injury bug strikes again, and man, this women's tournament is turning into a mess. It's unfortunate too, because you can tell that they legitimately tried to put some heat back on these belts, and it's like the universe went nope. Not even
Forbidden Door 2.0.
Yeah,
Forbidden Door all over again.
We don't care if Vince isn't here or not. You're not doing anything with these belts. These belts are trash. It's like the universe just doesn't want it. Mountain Sea said the good, Kenny selling the bad, some jabroni kidnapping the Miz. The man is national treasure. the ugly Punk going into business for himself and calling out Paige. I think like we'll talk about that more. We'll talk about that more when we get to Dynamite and everything. But yeah, I think I have some thoughts on that. But all right, Johnny, what's your good bet? Your GBU, man.
My good, having Punk talk again. Like Dynamite already didn't feel like a filler episode after a long time.
Yeah.
After a long time, it felt like must-see television, and tomorrow's feel like must-see television because who's gonna lose? Who's gonna miss that? Like I'm not gonna. Well, my bad. We're talking about the injury bug. Chris Statlander just blew up her knee,
Yeah.
ACL and meniscus, because she's gonna be out for
The
6 to 8 months.
injury she had before is
On
just
the other knee.
opposite knee. And just when she was getting that big push too, man.
She was about to go against. She was about to go against Jade, like on a head-to-head thing. And yes, sad. And my ugly, Ric Flair already regrets calling that one his last match.
Well, no kidding, because it was a train wreck.
That's not. Yeah, but that's not it. He
God.
was on another show in Puerto Rico, and he when the guys asked him to wrestle, he said no because it's only been a week. So if it was more time, he would probably have done it. And he already saying that he wants to do it again because it has to be something great for him. Essentially, he will never retire, as he once said.
And
we can expect another train wreck soon. Because unless he's dead, he's going to get in the ring again, and it's going to be ugly.
I don't want to see that again.
Me neither.
Don't. As long as he can make a payday. I don't think it's I think Rick's
he don't need money, man. He's not money.
It's not money I don't think it's money anymore. It's just he can't. Outside of the wrestling industry, he has no identity. You know, like the man became the character. You know, it's not like the Undertaker, where the Undertaker just loved the business and everything, and he stayed as long as he could. But you know, when the cameras were off and he was home by himself, he was Mark Callis. He wasn't the Undertaker. You know. And Rick, the character became the man a long time ago. The character supplanted the man a long time ago. And he just has no identity. Yeah, Terry Funk's another dude who couldn't let it go either, man. But Terry couldn't let it go because it's just like he loved it so much. Rick's not letting it go because outside of it, who is he? He has no identity, you know? So it's weird. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that again, dude. It was scary the first time.
Yeah, who's gonna stop him?
Oh my God, I don't know, but he's gonna have to stop. Someone's gonna have to.
Because people are already calling him out, and they were calling him out on the show. He was like 5 days after his last match. So people are willing to wrestle him.
Well, you know what? It's too, man. A lot of those younger guys, man, they want that rub. You know, they want that. They want to say, "I wrestled Ric Flair." You know, they want that. They want that rub, but it's like, man, they can't. The people who are in his life, they can't let him do this again.
And do you want to be the one?
He'll die.
Kill him by accident.
He'll die in that. Yeah, he'll die in that freaking ring, dude. The dude had a heart failure.
He passed out twice.
And he passed out. He passed out in that last match twice.
That's some good selling right there.
Nope. Zero, zip, nada. But all right. That's your GBU.
Yeah.
See here. Yeah, Rick is taking Terry Funk's. Yep. All right, guys. That's the GBU. Let's get into it. The latest phase of Triple H's new era. Like I said, we had on Raw, was it SmackDown? I didn't see all of SmackDown. I did see this is probably the best Ronda Rousey we've seen since she started there. Like, I'll be honest with you, I've never been really, really high on Rousey, but I think Triple H has figured out the best way to friggin' use her is to kind of do the tweener thing a little bit, and then also she doesn't talk a lot. I think her lines are being fed to her. So
I don't feel like she cares that much.
I don't think she cares either, but I think that they're like, I think they're setting this thing up well. And
Because they gave up on their champion already, right?
oh yeah, I think there's no way Liv Morgan is going to be the baby face in this feud when at the when they face off with each other. Now maybe they'll do something afterward. I don't know. Dude, did you see Pat McAfee dropping Jim Cornette, name dropping Jim Cornette?
I did not.
Yeah, he was talking about how he's talking about how Cornette was called because this was a big show for this is what the 1200th episode of SmackDown. He name dropped him with he's like when they called SmackDown with Michael Cole back in like 1998 or 99 or something like that. What else? Then we had, like I said, the cursed women's tag team title tournament. Toxic Attraction versus Natalie and Sonya. Man, that was just it's unfortunate too, because you could tell that they're really trying to work this friggin' thing out, and they're just getting hamstrung in every turn. What you never saw? You've never seen Extremos 3. Ronda is a star. Yeah, okay.
She wasn't that?
When Ronda got knocked out by Holly Holmes, that star lost a lot of its shine. Well, let me just say that. But what else happened? And the stuff with Sami Zayn was really cool, between Sami Zayn and Roman, where he told me he wanted him to bring the IC title to the bloodline.
Oh, so he's acknowledged.
Yeah. What else? Was it?
Did you see Elias's family picture?
Oh my god, dude! Is he okay? So now that Ezekiel has been absolutely decimated, is he coming back as? I think, is he off TV so he can regrow his beard?
No, he's just a mustache. That's what Elrod needs.
Oh my god! I'm just glad that Kevin Owens.
I kind of want to see that. Really.
Oh,
Let's drive this into the ground and see when people finally get sufficiently fed up with it.
I love Bailey starting shit with Michael Cole again. That was cool. I'm just glad she's back, man. Her coming back and Io and Dakota are like that's the shot in the arm that they needed. Okay, and then this was the match that I liked the end of it, but man, as long as Corbin is involved in it, I think it's terrible. But Sheamus coming out on top.
What is he now? Happy Corbin, sad Corbin, King. What is he now?
Don't give a shit, Corbin. I don't care, dude. I'm over Corbin. The Fatal 5-Way number 1 contenders match. A lot of guys got a good look in this, man. How do you think Maximum Male Models is dying? Do you think they're getting rid of him? Because Hit Row came out and basically, beat the shit out of him.
I can see that. Like, it's so hard to tell right now. Like, just right now, I still need to get a feel for what exactly Hunter wants to do.
But I liked the match with Sami Zayn, Ricochet. Why are they still calling him Madcap Moss? It makes no point. It makes no sense. Happy Corbin, Sheamus. I like that Sheamus is getting some friggin' respect in this. I mean, I know the crowd was like they were 100% behind Zayn, but I like that Sheamus is getting the push for this. And I'll tell you what, man, the way that crowd cheered for Sami Zayn when he came out, dude, they need to push this guy better than they have been. I like what they've done over the last couple of months. So that was cool. The Viking funeral thing was stupid. Trying to remember anything. Liv versus Shot. This is not a very good match. This is it was okay, but it wasn't.
No, Shots isn't exactly the best wrestler in the world.
I kind of feel like she's kind of given up too, man.
You think the Money in the Bank was the nail in the coffin?
I think she's just really disappointed with her run, and I understand she should be. I love the fact that they're making Shayna Baszler back into the Queen of Spades, which is badass because this is the Baszler that we should have had all along, who was murking people and taking names in NXT.
You didn't like the Lily feud?
Oh, Jesus Christ, so bad. Roman and Drew face to face. This was a good promo. Loved it. Loved it the way they're setting it up. I think I did. Honestly, they've got me. They've hooked me. I think Drew has a chance of taking the title at Clash at Castle.
I can see.
I can see it.
I can see it too. It's in the US. He wasn't a champion in front of people, and
Yeah.
it's been 2 goddamn years already for Roman. So
yeah, and if Roman's gonna be a part timer, they gotta take that belt off him, man. They gotta take it off him, and he's at the point now.
One or both of them.
Both of them. Those belts need to be, dude. They need to be on television. They need to be on television and not defended once every 3 months. You know, it's like they need to be. They need to be on television. They need to be front and center. And if they're not going to have Roman be a full timer going to both shows, put the belts on somebody, break them up, put them on somebody else. Even though I don't like the brand split, I wish there was just one belt. It's better than having Roman with both of them and nothing happens. So
I'm thinking about Karrion Kross back. Like they go straight, like him and Drew, and Roman can like take his time off if he wants.
Yeah, they like Romans. They got to have at least one belt that they can push at all times. So, and I like that.
And then Kross can win and take it to control your narrative.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is we also gotta build back up towards for Cody when Cody comes back.
Do you have a timeline on that?
He's supposedly going to be back right around Rumble time, which is perfect. Leg kick. It should be a buildup of Baszler and Asuka since Baszler was the most dominant NXT Women's Champion. She wants to face the undefeated one. Yeah, dude, I would be 1,000% beyond that. And they got to build Baszler up. They got a long road ahead of them too because she has lost all of her momentum from NXT.
And Asuka was a jobber under Vince, so they got to do something with her too.
And they got some work to do. And even when Becky left and they put the belt on her, they did not push her strong. You know, they did. I mean, nothing is worse than what they've done to Liv. Liv is a non-factor at this point. But Asuka's push when she was during the whole COVID thing, and when they put the belt on her, man, I don't feel like she got the respect she deserved. What makes the belt more special than never seeing them or defending them is pure logic. Yeah, exactly. It's like never seeing it or never defending it, and it's just like it becomes. It's like they got to put those belts on television. They don't have to defend it on television every week or anything like that. They just got to be there, and you've got to defend it at least at every pay-per-view. It's got both of those world titles got to be your world titles got to be defended.
And then seeing like the buzz that is there for that match on Dynamite tomorrow, it doesn't hurt to have a title match on TV every now and then.
Yes. Oh no. Like, if anything, I think AEW does it a little too much. I think, and like AEW spoiled, like, dude, AEW spoils us. Like the friggin' matches that they've put on just free television. Think about some of those matches, man. They're friggin' epic. They've been just hands down 5-star matches, man.
Suzuki and Danielson were on YouTube.
Jeez, I'm telling you, man. But yeah, and we're getting like, I honestly think that if they were smart, they would do something to where the finish of this match is going to be either contested or something like that.
I have a theory for what's going to be, and I think Max is coming back.
You think Max is going to come in and cost Punk the title?
No, either that or just a plain DQ to get inserted in a 3-way in the pay-per-view. Because they're doing.
Yeah, I don't want a 3-way. I don't want a 3-way.
Me neither, but I think they're doing this now because this pay-per-view feels like a filler, like just for Punk to win and move on. Yeah. So this match tomorrow is needed to sell some pay-per-views because there's no reason to watch it because it feels like just a formality.
Yeah, and that's actually what's happening. Mal, is the networks. I know USA and Fox are both not happy that they don't have a champion representing their show every week.
Did you see the talks of Nick Khan trying to take the shows to Netflix?
I don't know. I don't think. I don't think that would work going to Netflix unless they're going to simulcast it every week with CBS, because that contract with CBS and the contract with USA, they have to honor those. I don't see that. I don't see that working out to their advantage. But then again, if Netflix drops a freaking buttload of money on them, like Nick Khan's like, I don't care shit. If it's $1 billion plus, we're good. So who knows? But if I were them, I would be like, nope, not going to happen. See, I'm trying to remember what else happened on SmackDown. I think the segment between Roman and the setup between Roman and Drew's been awesome, and they've got me hooked. Like I said, I honestly believe that it's possible. What about the Edge retirement coming next year? Yeah, that's another question, man. Does Edge get a run with one of the belts before he retires? You would think that we'd have to.
Depends. Like,
yeah,
they botched his return immensely.
Well, the injury didn't help.
Sure, but the beginning of his run when he came back was,
If I were them, I'd have put the belt on him immediately.
Like they had to turn him heel. Like, he was the easiest thing to have him there coming out from that stuff from 9 years. But
injuries and whatnot is why they had to turn. Well, they turned him heel, which I didn't understand, but I get it because he's one of the best heels in the business. But then they immediately turned him face because they lost Cody and they were hurting for a baby face. So
and he didn't want to go for the direction that they wanted the Judgment Day to go.
Well, yeah, he didn't want to go to supernatural BS.
And which makes me think just a little more. Just had to last a little bit more, and Vince would be out, and the supernatural stuff would be thrown out the window, and he would still be with Judgment Day.
Yeah, but let's see what else we have here.
Wasted potential.
So Dynamite. We'll switch over to Dynamite. Actually, let's talk about Raw. We'll talk about Raw first, and then we'll go to Dynamite. Asuka and Alexa Bliss versus Io Sky and Dakota Kai. Alexa Bliss isn't a very good wrestler. It's, the other three who were involved in this did really well. I thought this was a pretty good match. Was it just me, or did this match feel really long?
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I can see that happening, like in a show of 3 hours too. Like,
well, they had the first 20 minutes of it was the Seth and Riddle brawling, and then Trish Stratus came out, and they had the big talking segment, and then they finally had the match. But the match just felt like, I don't know, maybe it's because of the segment that was the set before, but it was just really long, I say, sorry, I was in the cooler at work and lost you guys for a minute. You may continue. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you for your permission.
Must we go back?
I think it would be interesting if Judgment Day didn't get taken over by Bray Wyatt. See, that's something that somebody else mentioned, is that when Bray comes back, he may be like a combination of the cult leader / Fiend thing. Like, it might be some kind of weird combination of those two.
I'd rather just throw the Fiend out the window. Just do the former.
Yeah. Well, because the cult leader version of Bray never got a chance to really, because again, it was like, I don't get it.
All he had to do was beat John Cena.
I love that. That was the one good thing about the women's match, though. Is they deliberately kept Io and Asuka away from each other until the very end of the match. And then, because that's the matchup that everybody wanted to see. So, like, I feel bad for them because they trying so hard with this friggin' tournament, but man, they're just.
So they work this one like the G1 like tag matches before the blocks.
What's that?
So they treated this one like the G1 tag matches before the block matches.
Yeah, but in a lesser way. It's weird. Like nobody does tournaments better than freaking New Japan, man. But this one, if it weren't for all the injuries and all the other crap that happened, it probably would have been okay. Was it Balor versus Ziggler? That was a really good match. And of course, all right. So I have a question.
Two guys who deserve better under Vince. So let's see where they go.
Courtney said, "Wow, what's up? Wow, who let Cage out of the Bat Cave?" So did you see the segment before where Ziggler was talking with Theory? And man, they're gonna bury Theory, dude. I think Theory's going down.
Well, he shouldn't be on that top spot right now to begin with.
Man, dude, I feel kind of bad for him though, you know.
Mitch is not his fault that he's in that spot.
Yeah. But and then because what happened afterward, definitely. But the match between Finn Balor and Ziggler was great. I love that they're actually making Finn look more like Finn's supposed to look. What else? Judgment Day. I'm just not interested in Judgment Day right now. It's just not there. Chad Gable versus Kevin Owens. This was awesome. Dude, KO coming out, being the old school KO. That was just, and you knew he was going to get a massive pop because they're in Toronto. Massive pop. But this is the version of Kevin. This is what they're doing is they're letting all these guys that came in that they brought in because they liked what they were doing out on the indie scene or in like ROH or what have you. They're letting them do what got them over and what brought them to the attention of Triple H and WWE. You know, this is the version of Kevin Owens that everybody loved, and we're getting him back. And the friggin' pop that this dude got and how badass his match was, man, it was awesome.
Now, how do you think
so freaking good?
How do you think Vince is feeling about all this?
Oh, dude, he's got to be like, you're doing it all wrong. You're doing it wrong. Listen to me. Why is nobody taking my phone calls? You know? Yeah, 100%. Judgment Day was better under Edge. Absolutely. They got to break him to build him up properly. Yes, I agree with that 100%. Theory, in fact, I would like to see Theory lose the briefcase to Johnny Gargano. That's what I want to happen. I want him to lose that briefcase to Gargano. Judgment Day was better as a pay-per-view. Yeah, KO is the best. Dude, I love Kevin Owens, man. He's one of the best. He's one of the best friggin' workers there is, man. And on the mic, he's friggin' gold. But, and let's not overlook the fact that Chad Gable, dude, this friggin' dude can go. This is the Chad Gable that I missed. The guy that was like legitimately one of the best wrestlers on the WWE roster. But because he's not 6'5", 270 pounds, Vince is like, we'll just call him Shorty G. My God.
Call him Adam Cole.
What's that?
Call him Adam Cole.
Oh my God. Dude, stop talking shit about Adam Cole.
I'm not talking shit about him. I'm talking about what Vince thought of him. I like the guy, really.
Dude, I love, but this match was awesome. I loved it. Loved the crap out of it. I love the storytelling behind it. I like how he took out both members of the the Academy, Alpha Academy. He took them both out without making them look like friggin' punks. You know, it was awesome. This was pretty much. I love that he's back to using the pop-up power bomb as his finish. It's friggin' awesome, man. Then we had Alia versus Bailey. Bailey is obviously still working through some ring rust. Alia looks great. You know what? She's the moose of the women's division. She looks great. She's got good style. She's got a lot of got the intangibles. But man, when she gets between the ropes, man, she is sus as hell. She's not very good.
She was doing one better. She was early J8.
She's no, dude. Okay, she's been in WWE for 7 years.
Oof.
She's been wrestling for almost 10 years. She needs to be better than this.
Some people never get it.
Quit being heightist, Bob. It's not our fault. The world is short. But yeah, dude, she's just not very good. When it was Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles versus Miz and Ciampa, dude, I just love the fact that Ciampa is, getting this look, man.
So how long until he's finally free of,
I think it's going to happen sooner rather than later. I think it's going to be something's going to happen at the pay-per-view, and he's going to be pissed, and he's going to turn on Miz, and he's going to lay him out. Because you know what we need? Because you know what I honestly think they're going to lead to? I think they're going to lead to Ciampa versus Gargano 3. These guys they're both up on the main roster now. For the people that didn't watch NXT, we got to get the match between these two guys.
And people talking about who the best heel in wrestling was, just look at Ciampa, please.
Oh my God, Ciampa is so good, dude. When you let the guy be who he is, when you stop trying to force him into a freaking box that he doesn't fit in, the dude's awesome, man. He's legit one of the best.
Now that would be one match that's one match that make Vince from the mouth.
Dude, and dude, when Johnny's music popped, man, that freaking crowd lost it. They absolutely freaking lost it. Bob's been drinking and is delusional again. Well, I've been drinking, but I'm not delusional. We know who Cage looks like. Enzo from Vampire Diaries. I've never watched that show.
What?
I've never watched that show before. Vampire Diaries. Dude, I have no
Me neither.
interest.
My cousin loved it, but I never could get into it.
Dude, this segment with Gargano in Theory was fantastic, though, man. It was so good, man. He comes out, Theory's talking all this shit, and he just lays him out, man. This is the second time that Theory got laid out, just murked. Man, it was no. This is the third time. This is the second time on the show.
Man, Daddy's boy just became an orphan, and there's nothing he can do about
it. When they were chanting that, "Dad, who's your daddy?" Oh my God, man. I'm a dude. Courtney never seen that show, dude. I have a friend of mine who loves that show. A guy friend of mine who loves that show. I'm just like I'm not into it. Damian Priest versus Edge, dude. Damian Priest, this is another dude that I feel like they really dropped the ball on. Damian Priest is legit one of the best big guys they got. And I heard my alarm going off.
Well, he was not Roman. He was not Roman Reigns.
Dude, and hey, Hollywood, what's up,
man?
What's up, my brother? Hope you're safe. Doing your fantasy draft. Be safe coming home, and I will be seeing you at the Wolstein Center tomorrow. Gonna be the shit. But yeah, this match was really, really good, man. I like that. Okay, so I like how it ended, but I don't like how it ended. I like that they jumped him, and even though Priest lost the match, it was still an awesome match. The Edge wins. They beat Edge down, and then Beth Phoenix gets in the friggin' ring. I'm like, oh God, are we heading towards Beth Phoenix versus Rhea Ripley? Because if we are, I'm done. I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch that. It's nothing.
Did you see report that Brand is in the performance?
Oh, Jesus God, dude. Yeah. Oh, she had a match that nobody saw. Look, I like Brandy Rhodes. I think she's cool. She's not a very good wrestler. And I appreciate her wanting to wrestle and get better. She's gonna have to do a lot. I mean, a lot to improve. But is she the worst wrestler I've ever seen? No. Is she anywhere near good? No.
Now, how much? Now, how much her presence did on TV would harm Cody though?
Dude, I don't think her being connected to Cody in any way hurts him. Really doesn't.
It depends on how she's presented.
Yeah, I mean, she can be annoying at times. The way that the way they used her in AEW a few times was a little like, what the hell is this shit? But overall, I mean, I don't really think she hurts or affects him that much.
I think he's better alone though. That's undeniable.
Maldicity said, "I want to see Rhea versus Dom in a Who's Your Poppy match."
Now
dude, I think that match is actually going to happen.
and that's where Dom turns on his father because everyone wants Rhea to be their daddy.
I have not seen that, Brittany.
Like
I said, Brandy is she's nowhere near the worst wrestler I've ever seen. Okay. What's her name? Lacey Von Erich takes that friggin' prize. That woman has no business being in a friggin' wrestling ring. Holy shit. I mean, this was awful. But like I said, Brandy's gonna have to do a lot as far as being a wrestler is concerned to make me think she's improved. In Columbus, bowling and drinking beer for a work function. I thought, or wait, is that next month, man? Or did you already do the fantasy football thing? Yeah, but anyway, that was Raw. Really, really, really good. Edge hitting that Hurricane Rana from Edge was like, what the hell? That was crazy. But all right, we gotta talk about this friggin' Dynamite, man.
Oh yes, we do.
Oh my friggin' God. So best 2 out of 3 falls, Bryan Danielson versus Daniel Garcia. I can't believe there were people talking shit about this match. But before we talk about that, we got to talk about Punk. CM Punk's out here dropping hype pipe bombs. This friggin' promo between him and Moxley was so freaking good, dude. If you're not 1,000% behind this friggin' match.
1 week. It took one show and 2 segments.
Oh my God.
It made this must-see TV again.
Yeah, this is like I gotta see this. I have to see this match now.
And you're gonna be there.
So everyone's talking about the stuff he said about Hangman Adam Page. From what I understand, it's a little bit of a work shoot. So what it is. He didn't like because I guess the segment that he and Punk that he and Hangman had before their championship match. Some of the stuff that Hangman said was not sanctioned, and it hit a little close to home. And Punk was like, not really happy about it. But from what I understand, they ironed all that stuff out behind the scenes. But then he came out this one. He said, "You know what? Let's do it again." So then it was him this time, and he threw the shade at Hangman, and it worked, dude. It worked. It like people were like, "Oh my God!" They want to see part 2 between these guys now.
Like in the moment it happened, I was like, to me, it's a work, like 100%.
It was a little bit of shoot, but it was a work with a little bit of shoot in it.
It made me watch BTE for once.
Everything is a work till you get punched in the mouth. Yes, it is 100%. But and then because they had that segment later on where the two of them were talking, just Punk talking about just bringing up the Shield and Eddie Kingston, and Moxley saying, "Let's face it, the only reason you came back is because you ran out of money." It was like, I mean, you got two of the best guys on the mic here, 2 of the best promo guys in the business going at it, and they were just like, it was awesome, man. I love that segment.
It was just perfect. Like, there's no with this short time, like, and you thought you were gonna have like 2 or 3 weeks for this match. Like, turns out it's just 1, and it's already it's necessary to see because who's gonna want to miss this?
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
They did everything they had to do.
And I love the way Moxley's like, that belt on your shoulder don't mean shit. The one on my shoulder don't mean shit. It's like until there's only one of us, that's it, you know. And I love that. He made this match like the biggest, most important match of the entire month. So so it was like A+ from me, man. Like A++++. Um and then like Punk, like some of the stuff that they said, man, like when he said Moxley is the third best guy in his own group, I'm like, ooh. And to me, that's and he said that's a recurring theme.
He kind of right though.
No, he's not, dude. Bullshit. You think Moxley isn't on the same? You don't think Moxley's on the same level as Claudio or he's definitely better than Wheeler Yuta. I mean, he's a bigger star than Wheeler Yuta is.
It's Claudio and Bryan Danielson.
I understand it's Claudio and Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson is the only guy that I would say, okay.
And I would take either Claudio or Bryan Danielson over Moxley any day of the goddamn week.
I don't think so. I think Moxley is a bigger star and a bigger draw than Claudio is, and that's saying a lot.
But is he better?
You're talking apples and oranges, man.
Then I like the oranges better.
Now I did like that. I like the best line I thought that Punk said that was like, "I touch you now, but I'm afraid you're gonna bleed all over me."
That's all I want.
Dude, that was awesome, man.
And he's going to.
Like, oh my god,
you guys are going.
I think they're both going to, man. I think they're both going to be a bloody mess.
Take an umbrella on your way there tomorrow because it's going to be necessary.
It's going to be awesome, man.
And you see like Claudio just picking him up like a pretty child and then just carrying Mox on his arms. Like, no, you stay there.
All right, we got to talk about the elephant in the room, man. I am fast becoming unimpressed with Hook. Fast becoming unimpressed.
How many times can we see the same match over and over?
It's not even a match. That's the problem. It's not even a match. It's just Hook comes out, flips his hair, says like 2 words, and then he does his shtick.
Like then Tony's booking him like he's just a meme. Like just go out there, do this, and go back. Like he's got to do something. Like we didn't see him like just telling a story in a match.
I skipped ahead here. I'll go back to the best 2 out of 3 falls. Bryan Danielson versus Danny Garcia. A lot of people are like, "Well, why is this guy in there with Danny Garcia?" Because with Bryan Danielson, because Daniel Garcia is freaking awesome. This dude is amazing. He's gonna be one of the biggest stars in their company, man.
Well, I can see the argument that there are people who could be pushed to a main event right now if they had a match with Bryan Danielson. Yeah. Like Ricky Starks or Hobbs, or some people that are like a little bit better on mic skills and in ring. If they had that match, they would be already pushed up like a lot more than Daniel Garcia was.
Well, the thing is from my understanding is Bryan Danielson wanted Daniel Garcia in the Blackpool Combat Club before Wheeler Yuta. And if you look at and I was listening to Wrestling Observer, and at first I was like, nah, but then I thought about it, I was like, oh yeah, maybe kind of. Daniel Garcia is more of a consummate wrestler. He's a technical wrestler. He's more like the Blackpool Combat Club style than Jericho Appreciation Society.
Yes, but
go ahead. Yuta's more of a gimmick guy, even though they're both great technical wrestlers. Yuta's character fits more with Jericho Appreciation Society.
Yes, but this is, I feel, the moment when the boss should step in and say this 2 out of 3 falls match is going to do a lot more business if you put Ricky Starks in there or Powerhouse Hobbs in there or someone else in there who's already a little more elevated because they're going to be pushed already.
I think
Ethan Page, what they doing with Ethan?
I think Starks is going and Hobbs are both going to be inserted into the TNT title scene. I think they're both going there, and I think that's why they weren't pushed like for a world title kind of thing. I don't think Daniel Garcia is going to be pushed into a world title program either. But I think that this is storyline set up for some changes within Jericho Appreciation Society and things like that. Honestly, I think this is setting up him and. I think they might be setting up. Well, I know they're going to be setting up. They're setting up a feud between Garcia and Yuta. We're going to see those 2 guys going at it. But I also think that there's a possibility that they may be setting something up for Garcia getting kicked out of Jericho Appreciation Society, because we got that whole thing that's going to happen tomorrow too.
And also, like, I like Triple H taking over kind of killed the sports entertainment gimmick dead.
No, I mean, it's less of a trope, but let's not pretend that it hasn't been sports entertainment for the last 20 something years. Okay, that gimmick still works. But anyway, beginning back to the match, the match was awesome. Match was freaking awesome. The biggest problem I had with this thing, though, was, and this is something that they've got to figure out a better way to do, this goddamn picture-in-picture shit. Oh my God, why are you this match was 110% the biggest thing on the show.
See,
and you're
go ahead.
Oh my God, and
I don't watch them live anymore. I wait for the next day because I just can't deal with it.
I can't. It's breaking my friggin' brain, dude. I wait. I can't understand it.
I just wait for the next day now. It's just too bad. Doesn't matter what's happening on the little square. You're out of it. You're completely out of it watching.
Yeah, it completely breaks the immersion, and it sucks. I hate it. And they got to do something about that. They got to figure out a better way. I understand you have to do ad revenue. I understand you got to do commercials. Make the screens both the same damn size then. You know what I mean? Do that so that at least we can see what the hell's going on.
I reckon the audio is an even bigger problem than the visuals.
Right now, compared to what they've got right now, I would be happy just to be able to see it instead of this tiny. I've got a friggin' 60-inch friggin' plasma screen TV, and it's small on there. This is stupid. God, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so friggin' much. Mousy said, finally finished cleaning out my work truck. Felt like it took forever. Oh, good for you, man. But match was really good. The picture just absolutely murdered it for me. Varsity, man, I feel bad for the gun club, for the Varsity Blondes, man. They just got jobbed.
No, ever since like MJF beat Pillman, and Julia Hart left the group, they're just enhancement talent now.
Yeah, Moxley and Punk had another beat down, but Steamboat confronted Jericho. That was pretty cool. Ricky Steamboat confronting Chris Jericho, but dude, the Varsity Blondes got murked.
And like they just came out of like Griff Garrison being murked by Luchasaurus.
I'm serious, dude. I was like, dude, I feel kind of bad for them. It's like, what the hell, man? I mean, yeah, I get that they're like largely a secondary team and everything, but what the hell? Those are better than getting smoked like that. What did you think about the segment with Billy Gunn like rejoining the Acclaimed?
It was heartwarming, I guess.
It was. I think they're funny together. I love that. I love that stupidity.
No, they're funny. They're great together. But like, I'd like to see they get a little more serious.
Yes. Well, they're largely that's their gimmick, though, man. They're very irreverent.
Yeah, I know, but if the Espoirs are going to be with Stokely and we're going to have a feud now, at least in ring, have a little bit more grit to it.
Yeah. Picture-in-picture is going to get some character. Dude, it's going to give me a friggin' aneurysm. I friggin' hate that crap. Jungle Boy challenging Christian. That was a really good. Dude, Christian is so good. Heel Christian is the best friggin' Christian.
So where do you think they're going to go with this?
I don't know where they're going to go with this because I've stopped trying to predict Tony Khan because I think that dude like changes his mind every 5 minutes. But where I would go with it is that they have their match and Jungle Boy is getting the upper hand and then Luchasaurus murks him. And the whole thing was a work. And then Christian's like, I'm in your head.
Because Luchasaurus did not touch Christian yet.
Nope. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I would love, because remember, Christian had that thing saying that I know how to hurt you. You know, he's like, I'm in your head. I know how to hurt you. You know, he had that like about 3 weeks ago.
Now, does
And
that make Jungle Boy look a little bit gullible for
well,
trusting
no,
Luchasaurus like that? A little bit.
well, no, because Luchasaurus was like one of his best friends, man. He's like, dude turned on you and he sided with me because he knows the truth. So I mean,
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be
like
interesting.
that never backfired in wrestling before.
Well, of course it's backfired. We're getting to get Wardlow and FTR versus Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, and Sanjay Dutt.
It's not. I don't think it's not gonna be a bad match, but
yeah.
can we stop keeping these guys away from the tag titles?
Tony Storm versus Kalen King.
Are the Bucks that butthurt that they're better than them?
I don't know, man. Right now it's FTR's time, man. I'm enjoying watching these dudes. I'll tell you what, I got to see these guys in friggin' New Japan doing some friggin' defending soon.
And at least they're gonna be able to have some tag matches in there, because in AEW they cannot.
Tony Storm versus Kalen King, man. Tony Storm's gonna kill somebody with that friggin' hip check.
Can it be me?
What's that?
Can it be me?
Bro, I'm
just kidding.
She's gonna take, dude. Seriously, though, man. She's gotta do something about that, because she's gonna take someone's head off with that. Someone's gonna get hurt.
That's what Death by Smooth is all about, but it looks painful. And the whiplash on the turnbuckle doesn't help either.
This was, it was an okay match. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. It was decent.
But do you think she's beating Thunder Rosa though?
Is she beating Thunder Rosa?
Yeah.
Very possible. Very possible. I need to see a little bit more of the build-up. But here's the thing, though. Thunder Rosa is like, she is really thick in with Tony, man. And even though I feel like her run has been a little lackluster, but a lot of it's lackluster because they haven't built anybody up besides, they've only really built up 2 people in the last, in the women's division. They built up Britt Baker and they built up Thunder Rosa, and that's it.
And Britt is already inserting herself in this.
Yeah, and she's already, and I'm like, I don't need to see that belt back on Britt's shoulder. I don't want to see it on her shoulder again. They need to build some people. I know Statlander was one of the ones that they were building up. Athena would be like they need to build her up. They need to start building some of these up at the same level that they built up Britt.
Man, they just wasted Ruby, didn't they?
Kind of. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, honestly, I don't think Tony is all that interested in the women's division. I think he has his favorites and that's it. And he's not really putting in the same kind of time and effort into building them up. And if he's not going to do that, then put somebody else in charge. Put somebody else in charge of the women's division.
Who else even shows up on TV? Like NJ, Ty, and
yeah. Anna's not very good. Anna's not the best.
You be careful. You be careful. She's gonna choke you out, man.
Whatever. Then we got the trios title, man. The trios match, the Elite versus Ingobernale, La Facción Ingobernale. I think Los Ingobernale sounds better, but anyway. And this was awesome. This is the selling. You look at the people involved in this match. You got Andrade, you got Rush, and you got Dragon Lee versus the Bucks and Kenny Omega. It's a friggin' 5-star match with them standing there, dude. And dude, some of the stuff that Dragon Lee's awesome, dude. I'm glad he was on television here, because more casual fans need to know who this dude is. They're so freaking.
It's a shame that they lost the time on TV right at the turn moment. Like,
yeah, that, and that's something that Tony needs to fix. He needs to start going, because there's certain talent that are taking liberty and they're going long on stuff that they're not supposed to be going long on. That's why that happened. They ran out of time because I think there was 2 other segments that went longer than they were supposed to. And he's got to get a handle on that shit, because this has been happening more and more and more often. So he needs to put his foot down and says, "Hey, hit your damn marks." Because we got a whole show to plan.
And I'm confused. Like Dragon Lee had the match with Rush on the pay-per-view, and then they got together, and then they turned again. But then they turned again. Like I'm very confused. Well,
It's he's my brother, man. He's like, I gotta support my brother.
and then I gotta kill him.
So that's it's yeah, it's like nobody's allowed to beat my brother up but me. It's that whole thing, man.
Be really funny if he shows up tomorrow and says that. That's why it's
yeah, nobody's allowed to beat up my brother but me. But that was awesome, man. But yeah, Tony's gotta get a handle on that.
And Dex and Jay Lethal tomorrow. What do you think?
What's that?
Dex and Jay Lethal tomorrow.
That'll be great, dude. Jay Lethal's a great wrestler, man.
No, it's gonna be an amazing match.
It's gonna be a great match. It's just I'm not interested in that feud
because it's wasting both the TNT and all those tag belts.
Yeah, it is, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But here's the thing, dude. Dax has been one of the best singles guys this entire year.
And I feel a little bad for Cash because he's just as good, but
in singles he's really good, but he's not quite as good as Dax is. That's what I think makes them so good as a tag team, man. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses. They're both great, but man, Dax has been dude. Those singles matches that Dax had a couple months ago, holy shit, that was awesome. That's the best thing I've seen.
Tony really should have put his foot down and told the Bucks that they're gonna drop the belts to the FTR, and there's no talk about it. But it's such a wasted opportunity.
There's a couple of different things that I don't agree with, but like I said, overall Tony hits more than he misses. So anyway, we gotta talk about Rampage real quick. Swerve in Our Glory versus Private Party. This is a pretty good match. I'm not sure what they're going to be doing with Private Party, but
for the next few months, they're going to be doing just this, jobbing them out.
No, they weren't jobbed out. This was a good match, man. It was a pretty.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is that they're not going to be winning anything.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the plan is for them. Honestly, I don't know what the plan is for Swerve in Our Glory either. Because why are they not feuding with another tag team right now?
Because they shouldn't be champions. Should be FT. Let's move on.
I disagree. Yeah, let's move on. Hook versus Zach Clayton. This was dog shit. This match was seriously. This match was it wasn't a match. It's the same bullshit. The match, Hook's entrance is longer than the friggin' match. Like
I'm convinced.
Looking forward to Rhodes versus Claudio.
I'm convinced he can't talk. Like there must be something wrong with his promos. Because
the gimmick, I get the gimmick, but if he's not going to talk, you need to put someone with him with a mouth as his mouthpiece.
Taz is there, for God's sakes.
What's that?
Taz is there, for crying out loud.
Yeah, his freaking dad's there. I mean, I said this in the beginning. I said he looks good. He looks like he's got real solid fundamentals. He can pull off moves. Now I want to see him string these moves together with another person in an actual match. I don't want to see him walk in, take a couple punches, and then proceed to dismantle everybody that he needs. I want to see a match out of this guy. I want to see a match out of this kid. And the longer it goes, the more I'm like, okay, you're making me think that he can't actually go. He can't actually perform a match. So what's the point of him being on TV then? If that's the case, then this is even worse than Dominic Mysterio. Because at least Dominic can string a friggin' series of moves together and have a match. I mean, he's trying to wrestle like his dad and he can't.
But at the same time, and Hook might be able to, but we don't know.
Yeah, Hook might be able to, but we don't know. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen him in an actual. We haven't seen him been tested. I want to see what this dude can do in the ring when he's not just pulling one finishing move after the other on somebody. Like when somebody's being fed, when somebody's being fed to him, I want to see what he does. And at this point, he's even worse right now than Jade was when she started.
Because
Jade had minor matches.
Because you can't put him on a match that matters, because he can't just just bury somebody like that, like if the person has a name.
He can't.
So
Yeah,
what's he gonna do?
he's got to be up against somebody that he can't just body. You know what I mean? Then we had another meh match with Buddy Matthews versus Serpentico. I mean, I love Buddy Matthews, but and Miro came and he turned down his offer. So I guess we're getting Miro versus Malachi. But this match wasn't very. I mean, it was better than Hook versus Clayton, but it still wasn't very good.
It was more of a match.
Yeah. Then we had Penelope Ford versus Athena. Ford, you could tell these two hadn't worked together because it was very disjointed. They're both better than this match made them out to be. So Penelope's a better wrestler than people give her credit for, but you could tell that they've never wrestled each other.
She's a better wrestler than what she had the chance to show so far.
Yeah. And like I said, this match wasn't terrible. It was a decent match, but they're both better than they premiere. Okay. Trustbusters versus Best Friends.
So much good, so many good people that needed to be featured more. Nothing against just Trustbuster guys, but why?
This match was boring as shit till the very end. The end of it got good. The end of it was a lot more fun. The first like 80% of this match, I'm going, this is boring.
I have a hard time getting into Best Friends matches as it is. Like, nothing against them. I'm not yelling to get them out of television, but I just don't care as much. Like, not my thing. And you put them with those guys who I really don't care for anything, because I don't. Why? What even are they?
I mean, I like the Best Friends. I like that they've gone back to being what they used to be, which is they're kind of a gag gimmick, but they're also really, really talented guys. But I'm gonna tell you what, man, the big detractor in this match was friggin' Parker Boudreaux. The dude looks awesome, but man, he's greener than goose shit. He can do like 2 moves and he doesn't do them very well. So
don't we know about another other promoter who used to push guys because of their looks and not ability?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. He's got crazy level athletic ability. He really is. Like that. There's a reason why people draw comparisons to him and Brock Lesnar. But man, this dude needs somebody to take him under their wing and just teach him how to do this shit. Because he's not very good. And I can't believe this was the final. This I would not have ended this would not be the main event for me on this show. I would have had Swerve in Our Glory versus Private Party if I had to pick a match to put over as the main event for this show, because goddamn.
Like I said, I don't hate the Best Friends, but Tony features them a lot more than they should be featured.
It's because Orange Cassidy is super popular, man. But the thing is, Trent's a really good wrestler, man. Trent can go.
I know that, and I'd rather just have Rocky there and let him too, like, just go together.
Yeah. But yeah. So Rampage was a little bit of a letdown. It was a very disjointed show. Dynamite was fantastic. And Raw was SmackDown was kind of but Raw was freaking dope as shit this week.
Now, what do you call for the finish tomorrow?
For Punk versus Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm in the minority on this, but I would have Moxley win. Moxley win. If you're good, it has to be there has to be some kind of a schmoz that Punk can point to and say, the only reason you beat me is because of this.
And I And if it's gonna there be something like that, I think that thing is gonna be Maxwell Jacob Friedman. But
Max
that's
would be
just
a good, yeah. Max would be good because we got to get Max versus Punk again.
I don't think it's a coincidence that the reports of him coming back soon are going out now.
Yeah, but here's the thing too, though. If I'm doing that, I'm having Max come in and screw Punk hard. And by screw Punk hard, I mean not just cost him that match where he loses, but insert himself, like you said, insert himself into the match between Punk and Moxley. And he takes the belt off Mox, and now it's Punk chasing Max. And Max has, because at that point, Max has all the power. And I'm an old school guy, and in my mind, the babyface should always chase the heel.
Well, debatable. Like,
But
like no,
how
like
frustrating would that be for Punk, though, man? He's like, I beat this asshole, and now he's got my belt, and he's making me jump through hoops.
I get it, but if you remember, also in the the resurgence of wrestling in the Northeast was what, like Bruno and Pedro and people like that, like just beating heels and having huge undefeated streaks, and people like Inoki in Japan. Like sometimes the whole thing, like the thing of heels chasing baby faces worked a lot on the South because you needed that heat to keep the program going, but it doesn't work everywhere and not with everybody.
No, but I in my mind, like if I, like you said, you asked me if I was doing it, that's the way I would do it. And because I'm not real big on the whole um subverting expectations thing, but in this one instance, I would. This one time, I would. Yeah, I'd be like,
well, I'm expecting something good, so I'd rather they don't. Yeah, but
dude,
I get what you're saying.
How much heat would Max have coming back and screwing Punk in Chicago again?
And he needs heat because his last promo was almost babyface-ish. People were just liking that too much.
He needs that heat to really cement him back as because in some people's minds he's a face or a tweener. But dude, and then just have him lord that shit over friggin' Punk and just like, I got what you wanted, it's mine, and you ain't never getting it. That's a heel. That's heel shit right there. But anyway, guys, we're almost 15 minutes after. We are long. We went way over on this, but yeah,
it's called for it. There was a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there was a lot, and we skipped over a bunch of shit. So like we didn't talk about the G1 finish. We didn't talk about Ospreay and the stuff that's going down with him. That he's doing more and more appearances here stateside.
He dropped the British belt though, didn't he?
Don't think, did he drop the Rev Pro? Spray. I think he's stepping away. He's not yeah, he did. He dropped the Rev Pro belt to Ricky Knight, I think. And he said he's stepping away from Rev Pro for a little bit. I think he's going to be focusing on New Japan. And the other thing, too, is I think he's also looking at the possibility of maybe going to AEW or something sometime in the future.
You think Finley?
I think he's still got.
Go ahead.
No.
You think Finley might be taking the US belt?
Very possible. I think they're gonna be in the program with because the big program for in New Japan for him is versus Juice Robinson, because they used to be tag partners. So, but that'd be something we could talk about next week. Real quick, say thank you to everybody that was here. Maldacito, Courtney, Hollywood, stay safe, brother. Leg kick and Fantasia, and everybody else that was lurking. People came in and out. Appreciate you guys being here. You can check us out here, like I said, every week, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Talk about all the cool stuff in wrestling. Thanks for hanging out with me, Johnny. Appreciate it,
problem.
man.
My pleasure.
This week was a little disjointed, guys. There's a lot going on. Plus, I gotta get everything ready for tomorrow because holy shit, it's gonna be awesome. But thanks for being here. We will see you guys next week.
See you guys.
Bye.